The final race of the 2022 European leg gets underway. Good jump from Alex Lowe's from the second row of the grid. Bautista's not as sharp away as he has been generally this weekend. It's Razgatlıoglu then who leads in towards turn number 1, and Jonathan Rea fires it up the inside of Bautista as well. Lowe's has actually lost a position by the time they get through to turn 1. Good start there from Michael Ruben Rinaldi to move up into 4th place. Bassani pinched on the inside there behind Alex Lowe's. That's allowed Andrea Locatelli to go the long way round, and so Locatelli moves up into 6th position and Bassani is relegated down to 7th. Rea already through on Bautista, now up alongside Razgatlıoglu as they go in towards turn 5. Jonathan Rea forces his way through, and it's Rea now who leads ahead of Razgatlıoglu 2nd, Bautista in 3rd, and the fight continuing for 4th between Rinaldi and Lowe.
Yeah, Rinaldi looks really good.
Big moment for Alvaro Bautista as they came over the hill and towards the Craig Jones corner. That would have been a scare for him.
Keep an eye whenever that front wheel comes into contact. It's a little bit earlier coming down the hill than he would have expected. That's very similar to what happened to Axel Bassani in the free practice sessions. And for Alvaro, he's lucky with that one because we saw Tom Sykes have a massive crash with something similar a few years ago.
Axel Bassani is out of this race.
That looks like it's down at the bottom of the hill, maybe at turn 12. Good spot, Alex.
As we see the leaders side by side coming into lap 7. Here goes Razgatlıoglu to defend the position he's taken down the inside of Jonathan Rea in towards turn 1. Opportunity for Rea to fight straight back into 3. No, the positions will remain as they were at the end of that start-finish straight. Razgatlıoglu, Rea and Bautista.
Yeah, nice move by Toprak. Just takes the high line. He leaves it where Rea has to just cede the position. That's the clever move to make into turn 1. Doesn't cost Toprak time.
Still nothing to choose between the two of them up at the head of the field. Razgatlıoglu has got clear of Jonathan Rea. This is Eugene Laverty further back down the order, but there is less than 0.2 of a second between your top 3 as they come over the line at the start of lap number 8. And in fact, Jonathan Rea has made the pass on Toprak Razgatlıoglu. Bautista was almost alongside them. Toprak now has come back through, coming in towards turn 2, and now up towards turn 3. Razgatlıoglu then has defended the place, but these two, fighting amongst themselves, have allowed Alvaro Bautista to stick right with them, and Michael Ruben Rinaldi, until he got bottled up there and ran wide into turn 3, is right with them as well.
Rinaldi's seen that. He's closed right up onto the back of them. Lowe's has seen this. He's just set his personal best lap of the race as well. If they scrap with each other, and how many times have we said this through the course of the 22 season, if Rea and Razgatlıoglu scrap with each other, they're going to cost each other time and they're going to bring the other riders into the group.
Razgatlıoglu leads then at the start of lap number 9. Rea in the slipstream. There goes Bautista to the outside. 3 abreast. Your 3 championship leaders. It's the Ducati on the outside. Through on Razgatlıoglu for 2nd. It's the Kawasaki of Rea through to the front. And Toprak's going to answer straight back now, but he can't quite get there. And that's an important pass for Bautista. And suddenly Jonathan Rea has got Alvaro Bautista on his tail once again. But this time it's for 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, the problem for Toprak is he needs to be able to be in front of Alvaro. We heard him after the Superpole race said the strategy was, no matter what, stick to the front.
Bautista's not going to need all of those 900 metres. He's already up alongside the Kawasaki and clear as they head towards turn 1 on lap number 10. And there was nothing at all that Jonathan Rea could have done on the brakes there against Bautista. Alvaro Bautista working his way steadily through. His championship rivals has gone from 3rd to 1st.
Yeah, Bautista was already clear by the time they came across the start-finish line, and then just able to stretch out that advantage. Toprak needs to clear Rea right now because otherwise he's got no chance. And to be honest, once Bautista hits the front, we've seen it time and again this season, it's very difficult to be able to catch him.
Lap number 11, and this time it could be a change between Razgatlıoglu and Rea for 2nd place, because Toprak this time has the slipstream advantage. He'll have the braking advantage in towards turn 1 as well, and for the 2nd time Toprak makes the pass on Jonathan Rea. Yeah,
critical there for Toprak, but he needs to stay in front of Rea as well. And certainly when you look at the advantage down that start finish straight that Bautista's able to stretch out, it's an extra couple of tenths of a second. And a few times over the course of this weekend, we've seen even if he's within 3 or 4 tenths in that final sector, he's still able to make the move into turn one. That's a big advantage considering he barely looks for the slipstream when he's making those moves. So that's what you're up against if you're Toprak. That's where it becomes critical to be able to latch right onto the back of Bautista. Half a second is the gap between them. Bautista's just set the fastest opening sector of the entire race.
That's Iker Lecuona. Unfortunately, while he was fighting with Scott Redding over 7th position, he looks to have gone down in the final sector of lap 13.
Yeah, rare mistake there for Lecuona as well, because over the course of this season so far, we've seen him be such a consistent top 10 rider, but just pushing there to go with Scott Redding. He's struggled to get that bike to turn in for most of this weekend. In the hotter conditions, the Honda struggled a bit. Same for the BMW. That's why he's in that scrap with Scott Redding. But both riders actually had been doing a pretty good job up to this point. Redding up there in P7. Now he's just in front of Javi Vierge on the second Team HRC bike.
And Toprak's come down the inside of Bautista for the race lead on lap 14. There was less than a tenth of a second between them. I said they were nose to tail, and Razgatlıoglu's got the move made.
Yeah, and Toprak into turn 13. That's a proper barge down the inside move. You can see here for Toprak, literally just parks that bike on the apex. Make sure that Bautista can't exit the corner on his line. That's the only way to make the move into turn 13.
Start finish straight here. We're in a familiar territory, as we were in the Tissot Superpole race. How many times did we see Bautista flash past Razgatlıoglu on the run in towards turn one, only for Toprak to outbrake Bautista into the first turn? That doesn't look like being the case on lap 15 if Bautista can get it stopped. It's the race now, drag race towards turn number 3 for Toprak to try and make another lunge, but he certainly made his presence felt on lap 14. Come on to lap 16. Bautista's going to escape away here. Then it's about the chase for the rest of the lap for Razgatlıoglu.
Yeah, the big thing is when you've got the bike that has that extra top speed, that extra acceleration, the power, you're able to take those defensive lines and dictate terms. Toprak isn't in a position to do that. He has to basically just attack at any opportunity.
Good to see Gerloff's got a bit of life on in him late on. If he can clear Baz quickly, might have a chance to go after Vierge, who in turn is less than 7 tenths of a second down on Redding. So 7th place is still up for grabs.
3 laps to go, he's able to do that. That shows you how good he has been at managing that tyre.
Quick note on the other scraps that we've been seeing through the order. Garrett Gerloff back in front of Loris Baz, and this time Philip Berkel's followed him through. So Baz relegated outside of the top 11. That's not going to be a perfect week of 9th position finishes, is it going to be for Loris Baz? Alvaro Bautista looking set to take the race victory here this afternoon to deny Toprak Razgatlıoglu a hat-trick of wins and will extend his lead up to 56 points. Jonathan Ray will be 82 down on the series leader Alvaro Bautista, and that is into the kind of territory that almost becomes something that has never been achieved before, certainly not in the final rounds of a season. A long way to go just yet, 62 points on offer per round, remember. But Toprak Razgatlıoglu will be denied a hat-trick. Alvaro Bautista, for an 8th time in 9 rounds, has won at least one race during a race weekend. Bautista crosses the line to take the checkered flag in race 2 of the 2022 Pirelli Portuguese round.